Guys, welcome to AnimeInkArt Live Talks. Let's get started, shall we? Hello, everybody's joining in for AnimeInkArt Live Talks. I'm your host, Lizzie. Hope you guys are having a good start to your week, and welcome back to another AnimeInkArt Live Talks, where we talk to those in the community about their journey in content creation and how we can support each other better in the community. So today, we have a very special guest and returning guest, Mutant Glue, amazing content creator, cosplayer. You may also know her as the ambassador, and as well as sponsored by Sovereign Comics. So definitely it's going to be an amazing time. So let's get them on and let's get it started. So hopefully Instagram cooperates today because it's been doing okay.
Oh, hold on, hold on. That is not 1 second. Hold on. Is that my indication on how this live is gonna go? Hello, love, how are you? Costa Rica. Always always something. Oh, I'm stressed. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Hold on. I'm gonna put you on a pedestal. Stop it. I'm gonna put you on a pedestal. Hold on. There we go. I can see what I'm doing. I don't want to do anymore.
How are you? How was your weekend?
I'm tired. I'm tired. I had a lot of fun. I have a lot of story. I'm so exhausted. I am sore in places I didn't know I needed to be sore in. Oh, okay, we're good.
Oh,
We're good.
I'm glad. I'm glad you had a good
I
time.
did. I did. I really enjoyed myself, and I've been getting much, much, much love from the mermaid community. So, yeah. It's Rosario Dawson. Jay, yes. Um,
But actually, I wanted to thank you so much for reaching out to want to come back on again. I really do appreciate that.
of course, I love talking with you. So, whenever you need it, I got you.
So for the people that may not know who you are, introduce yourself and what you do.
Hi, I am Mutant Blue. Everybody calls me MG. Remember that. I've been cosplaying since 2017, professionally since 2019. I'm sponsored by Sovereign Comics. I'm also in charge of the Sobers Cosplayers Guild. I'm also co-editor of the comic book Stars. Um, I have my own brand. I'm a brand ambassador for Planet Blurred Tees, which made my lovely mutant blue shirt here, which you'll be able to get at MomoCon. Um, I am now a mermaid. Um, I'm a haunt actor. Uh, I'm a nutcase. All of it. All of it. Jay, no, no, no. You are not going to distract me, sir. No.
Well, I wanted to go back to the very beginning before all the accomplishments that you had when you first started cosplaying. And I remember seeing somewhere that your first cosplay was Gambit, I believe.
Uh-huh.
And I wanted to ask what inspired you to start sharing your content and to start cosplaying? And I always love the origin story of your name, Mutant Glue. So
I'm going to be honest. Peer pressure. Peer pressure. And I'm going to name the names too. Mage TV, a Young Maid Matrix, uh, Why So Vicious, Photo Jonin, Where's Devin, all of them. The Photo Bros is a part of that. Not y'all calling me altered on adhesive and monster adhesive. Y'all are unhinged. Anyway, but yeah, essentially peer pressure. So back when I didn't know this was a thing, back in 2017, I got invited to a photo walk. I didn't know what that was, but I went as Blake. So walking through downtown Nashville with a sword strapped to my back and two BB pistols for guns was not a good idea, but I did it anyway. Um, also, having my cousin with me as an accomplice didn't really help. Anyway, so the pictures came out great. Um, that was my first professional photo shoot as a cosplayer in a cosplay. Um, and we went all over downtown Nashville, Nissan Stadium, on the bridge, everywhere, and got these epic shots of my Blade cosplay. And when I got the pictures back, I was talking to Mage TV, who is also on Instagram. And I was talking to him and I said, "Hey, is there like a career or job in this?" He's like, "Yeah, have you never heard of a cosplayer?" I said, "Who?" He said, "A cosplayer." I'm like, "Well, do some research." So I did my research. I'm like, "Oh, I didn't know there was an actual career. Let me see if I can dip my toe into it a little bit." And I'm like, "Well, I need to um do I need to like make a separate page for my cosplay?" He's like, "Yeah, it would probably be a good idea." I'm like, "Okay, cool." I'm like, "Wait, I need a cosplay name too." He's like, "Yeah, yeah, you do." I'm like, "I can't think of one right now." And at the time I was working at Walmart. He's like, "Well, give me about an hour or so and I'll help you come up with a name." I'm like, "Okay, cool. Oh, cool, cool." So he comes back. He messages me back an hour later. He said, "Hey, I got the name." I'm like, "Okay, what's the name?" He said, "Mutant Glue." I said, "What?" He says, "Mutant Glue." I said, "And how did you come up with Mutant Glue?" He's like, "All right." He's like, "You love the X-Men, right?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "You cosplay Gambit and Storm." I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Mutant." I went, "Okay, all right." And cosplayers use glue. Okay, mutant glue. All right, cool, cool. So before I met the lovely group, Sovereign Comics, who came up with my amazing logo, this is something nobody really knows except for a couple of people. I asked my friend Shadow, Shadow King Creative, "I need a logo." He's like, "All right, I got you." Tell me why it was going to be a glue bottle with a radioactive symbol on it. Um, I'm like, that's a little too on the nose. That's a little too on the nose. And the label on the glue bottle was green, like a neon black green. I have it somewhere. I'm like, that's a little too on the nose. I want something more artistic. So then, of course, I met Sovereign Comics. He saw my work. I don't know what pinpointed my work to work for him, but he saw my work, and then later on, he's like, "Hey, would you mind cosplaying one of my characters?" I'm like, "Okay, sure, but probably gonna have to supply the cosplay because I don't know what I'm doing." He's like, "Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I got you." I'm like, "Okay, cool, cool, cool." So, yeah, that's a whole nother story about getting into Sovereign Comics, but he is the one who made the logo you see now. And I have them in multiple colors. So.
That's awesome. And speaking of that, I wanted to congratulate, SJ. I congratulate SJ. Now I'm congratulating you because you have your second version of the cosplay variant cover for Sun Stars 2. And you also had the first one for Stars 1. But I want to take it back to the beginning because for those that may not know, She's the face of Siphon, and I believe Pandora.
Siphon, Pandora, and Trixie Sparks. Yep, and being
And
soon to be recoiled from a Cypher team.
And I wanted to ask, how has that journey been since being South and then not only being able to be the face of his characters, but also be part of the Soulfirst cosplay guild. So if you can spend a little bit about that and just how has the journey, because every time I hear about it, it's been insane and it's only getting bigger as it's
No, right now we actually are in the middle of a Kickstarter. We've got 3 days left on the Kickstarter for Stars issue 2. Where SJ is going to be on the cosplayer variant. So we're still trying to raise funds for that. So if y'all are interested in that, make sure you go to Cyber Comics, click on that link in his chat so we can get that going. But I don't I don't know that I don't it's hard to explain only because there's so many emotions involved in it. Like, I'm excited that I get to be a part of this amazing group. I'm nervous because I get to be a part of this amazing group. I am terrified that I don't know what I'm doing. But at the same time, I'm glad I have the opportunity. Um, it's opened a lot of doors. It's it it's created a lot of new pathways I didn't know that I was going to be walking down. Like I have never considered myself a writer ever.
yeah.
I think of myself as repetitive when it comes to my writing, but other people think otherwise. So pretty soon, if things all go well, I'll be writing a couple of things myself. Um, but I won't get into that because that might get me in trouble. We don't know that. But as far as like the Silver's Cosplayers Guild, that's been an ongoing thing for a while now. Ever since SG and I started cosplaying his characters, and ever since we had the contest for cosplaying his characters, that's been an ongoing thing. Like we want to have a place just for the sobers, so we can get together and do things. Kind of like what the Community Coalition was, um, but this is strictly for Sovereign Comics and Sovereign Comics alone. So me being in charge of that is going to be it it ain't is going to be hard work. But I have a wonderful best friend, SJ Slays Cosplay, who is going to help me. So I'm not alone.
And those who may not know, you also are a prop maker. You make a lot of cosplay sets. You have those cosplay sets on your Patreon. I do a lot of research. But I wanted to ask what got you into making cosplay sets and prop making.
So the cosplay sets, the spicy sets. I at first I said I was never gonna do it. Never gonna do it. That was not me. I don't think I am the right person to do something like that. And then I met that son of a glitch. And through him and SJ and Jay Stowed the Tiger and more recently JoJo Cosplays, they kind of helped lift my confidence. It was more so SJ, Jay, and JoJo lifting the confidence, but Jay was literally one of the main ones to get the ball rolling because he was always the producer of my TikTok videos. So, so it was Jay talking in my ear, and then it was Glitch, and then SJ was hyping up Jay to hype me up, and then JoJo. I don't even have to explain JoJo. I love that man. Just so you know, I love him dearly. That was all a compliment. Anyway, um, so that and then the more I started doing it, I'm like, you know, I'm starting to feel a little bit. Okay. All right. So why not? Why not? Just continue. So I've been doing it ever since. I started November of 2023, I think. Yeah, 2023. No, 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 Vaughn, you and Javette are trying to get me to go somewhere else with that. I peeped that. I know that. But as far as the prop making goes, I'm still very shy when it comes to that. I don't consider myself that great prop maker until I started Dr. Stein's Screw and yes, Roxanne's Guitar. And, and actually it started with Dr. Facilier's hat. I made a couple of things and I'm very proud of the things I've made, but I just in some spaces it makes me feel kind of small because I haven't made that much, but I still make an impact. So yeah, yeah, of course you make an impact. Look at your conflict. I'm a humble being. I can't help it, okay?
You're fine. But you already know I love your cosplay. Everybody here loves your cosplays. And for people who not know, how many different materials or things have you experimented with? You have a lot of cosplays. So, you know, you've probably experimented with a lot of things. But I wanted to ask, what have you experimented with and what would you want to experiment with in the
I
future?
just started dabbling in Warbler. Thanks to my buddy Mind Blown Effects, he gave me a literal whole roll of Warbler. And I've experimented with that little by little. Um, EVA foam, I've already worked with it a little bit. Um, I'm starting to understand more of the Dremel part of the aspect of the prop making part. Um, I don't like working with thin materials. Like when I have to make a sash or something like that, I don't like working with thin materials. I recently made a mask for Chevette for a project that we're doing, and the fabric that I used for the gold around the mask in my mind. So, I went with a different route, and turns out the fabric that I'm using, that I ended up using, was the same kind of fabric, just molded how I needed it to be. Yeah. Re- Resin is the thing that I use sparingly, um, but I've made several things with resin. A lot of the products that I have to sell are made out of resin. Um, what else? Cardboard is always a good thing. You can find cardboard everywhere. Um, good base for a lot of things. Uh, what else have I used? I've used everyday objects. I've used a funnel. I use that for the hilt of a sword. Um, bottle caps for like the base of a sword. And the pommel as well. Just whatever I could find, really. Like I used, I think it was cardboard to make like the lips of a vacuum for my Poltergeist 3000 that I have that I made. It's just whatever I could find.
That makes sense. That makes you very resourceful as well.
Yeah, because things ain't cheap no more. Mm-mm.
Not
Pretty soon I will start 3D printing. I do have a 3D printer. I just have to get it situated how I want it and then go from there.
Oh, I'm excited. I'm excited to see you do that. That's good.
Hey, I start small first and then work my way up.
Yeah, of course, of course. And I wanted to say, since the last time we spoke, you were starting to do a lot more like cosplay guest appearances at different conventions. We had like a whole tour last year. I want to say first up, I'm glad you got a break for a little bit before we started this season. That's what I wanted to say first. Second, I wanted to say congratulations for becoming a cosplay guest for MomoCon. And I wanted to ask, what has the previous experiences done for you in terms of experience, and how does it feel to get, because that I remember that was one of your goals, that you wanted to, that was one of the conventions you wanted. So how do you feel now, and how do you feel the other cosplay guest appearances helped you to get to this point?
All of them are learning experiences and help me get better with with each and every appearance. So with MomoCon, MomoCon literally made me hyperventilate. Like when I got the email that I got a spot, I was legit sick. And then I started hyperventilating when I got the email. And then I passed it to one other person. And I'm like, please tell me I'm not bugging. Please tell me I'm not bugging. And then she freaked out just like I did. So the past experiences are making me gear myself up for this one. I'm giving two panels at MomoCon. Which is one thing that I'm really not used to. Public speaking, I used to hate it. But with me being a guest, I have to do it now. And it started back in, I want to say it started at, what was my first, um, where I had to give a panel? I think it was at a KaiCon, but I wasn't alone for that one. In my eyes, public speaking is not my forte. It's just not, because I get carried away and I talk fast. So I get through my topic very quickly. But through past experiences, I'm learning to kind of pace myself, add in my own experiences, leave room for questions, things like that. Talk with confidence, or try to talk with confidence anyway. And add a little bit of myself in every panel. So this year I'm doing networking for cosplayers, which I have a very good I have a talent in networking, and how to be a hunt actor. So yeah, that's gonna be a new one for me because I've never taught that before, and I've only been hunt acting for 3 years. So
And that's the perfect segue to talking about that, because that's something that you're passionate about. The last time we spoke, people may not have been there for that, and we talked about how you got into doing haunt acting and how it helped you with your cosplays, because you do a lot of original characters, and I know with the haunt acting you have to create your own characters sometimes in order to do the job. So how do they go hand in hand? What made you start and then continue, because it has been
all right, well, I work for Malice Haunt Attraction. They are actually on Instagram. So if y'all want to check them out, go ahead. Um, I started there because I needed a job. And I didn't want a regular 9 to 5. I'm tired of doing 9 to 5s. I didn't want a regular 9 to 5. And I always thought that this particular haunt was, a lack of a better term, for white folks. But a friend of mine reached out. I'm like, hey, go apply to this because you might like it. I'm like, all right, cool. And I went ahead and I filled out my application. And it said on the application, what are your favorite scary movies? I lied. I can't stand scary movies. Cannot stand them at all. Cannot deal with them. Don't like them. Don't even go anywhere near them. But uh, I got it. And then I had to go to the meeting. And when I went to the meeting, I saw one of my childhood friends working at the booth. I'm like, okay, I'm safe. I'm good. I know I'm in good hands. I ain't got nothing to worry about. But then they said, yeah, we don't use Hollywood characters here. You've got to make your own character. What you mean make your own character? I don't I don't remember if I had made any of my own characters at this point. I can't remember. I don't think I had at that point. And that's when I went to my TikTok audience. I'm like, hey, I gotta have a character for this haunted house. Y'all are gonna help me make one. And they did. They came up with Kendara Moon. She's got a whole backstory. I have added to the backstory since then. She's made two moves, and this year she's going to be retired. She's going to be retired this year. I'm not going to be Kendara this year. I have to be somebody else. Which I'm actually excited about because we're going to lead me to the roll of a die. Um, I know I've created a lot of OCs. I'm just saying I didn't know if I created a lot of OCs at that point, SJ. At that point. Um, but this year they want me to be, in lack of a better term, I don't like using this term, but I'm just gonna go by what they said, a gypsy room. So I'm gonna switch that to Esmeralda room. Um, so I'm gonna be in the Esmeralda room this year. So that means I need to make myself an oracle. So we're gonna leave that to the role of D20. I'm gonna do that later. But I had to have her ready by September. So um, but using my cosplays to help with that really all came out of just me being on TikTok because you have to act, you have to improvise, you have to think on the spot, you have to take any experience that is thrown at you or deal with it instantly, all while filming character. So a lot of it came from TikTok. Not even gonna lie. If I didn't have that, I probably would be lost. It's just not retiring the baby. That is not like Kendara at all. She got to meet Kendara in person at Blur Con. Did you got to meet Kendara? She did not like Kendara at all. Hi, Carl. Hi, thank you, love. Um, but yeah, uh, that that experience was great. I have never been able to scare anybody. Like I have scared people being Kindar. It's been great. It's been so great.
And
I'm gonna continue crazy because I have stories about Kindar. We can go on all day about Kindar because she recently, oh boy. But
but I actually wanted to ask, is that your favorite original character, like outside of like haunt and cosplay, or do you have like a favorite OC you've done with?
oh no, my favorite's Pandora. My favorite hands down is Pandora because we've already come up with a world she's in. We've already come up with a nemesis she has. In this version of in the Soulverse, um, she created Pompeii. She's the reason Pompeii happened. So I the fact that that is that a thing, I yeah, no, hands down, Pandora. Hands down, Pandora. Now, the one that brings out the confidence,
Yeah.
the one that brings out the confidence is going to be a toss between my priestess Kiva, my latest one Aries, or Simone. Simone is a demon succubus thing. Uh, Aries is Dami Mommy, and then um Kiva is evil priestess. But the one that kind of oh yeah, I forgot about Mia. Mia's had some upgrades as of late. Mia's great. Mia's another one too. Hmm I have so many, but hands down, like Pandora is the one that I will say that is my absolute favorite.
Yeah, I can
See
see
that.
that. It's a good one.
Him up, he just
And I'm happy you brought up the fact about networking because that's something I noticed even like when I first, well, it's been like more than a year or so since I've known you and I got to meet you at work. Kind of, it's such a full circle moment. But just since from the beginning, I know like just the way you're able to network with people, collab with people, especially throughout your whole time in your career. But I wanted to ask, did that power for networking start even before the cosplay collabs, like before the projects, or was it like after you did it professionally? Like what kind of sparked the skill?
Working at Walmart, believe it or not. Um, I used to be a part of the fundraising team for the Children's Miracle Network. And in order for me to get like make things happen, I had to go talk to other people. Like if I wanted a car show to happen, I had to go talk to my people to get them to talk to their people, so those people could come and talk to me, so we could actually start a thing. I remember distinctly, I had reached out to the Ghostbusters team, the Tennessee Ghostbusters, which I am unknowingly now a part of, and I asked them, "Hey, do y'all have any of y'all's cars you could bring to this car show?" And through that, I met a whole group of people, including one that I call my brother, Mind Blown Effects. And it snowballed, really. So from doing all that and then working in my cosplay career and then making things happen as far as cosplay guesting or group collabs or things like that. It just kind of snowballed into one big pile, I guess you could say. And I've just been slowly doing them at it ever since. And I just keep networking. And the more I keep doing it, the better it gets. So call it a gift, call it a blessing in disguise. I don't know, but I'm using it sparingly. Mhm.
That makes sense. That makes sense. And something I wanted to ask since the last time, because I care about when you take breaks, and I'm proud of you for doing that. I wanted to ask if there was like a shift in how you handle dealing with like burnout and being overwhelmed. I feel like I've seen a little bit, but I just want to hear from you actually, because it's been some time since the last time we spoke.
I'm gonna be real. I haven't handled it well. The only reason, cause,
Yeah.
where you have not seen me posting as much, that's not me taking a break. That is me working. That is me working my normal job. That's taking a lot of time, but in between time, I try to rest. I try to relax. I try to have gaming days. I've had to have people tell me to sit down. Shout out to JoJo. Um, or take a break. Shout out to SJ. Or slow down. Shout out to Jay. Um, so it hasn't really been like a break or so. It's just been I've been so busy. Um, like recently, I just did a mermaid performance at the Renaissance Festival, which was incredibly new. Um, then after that is MomoCon. Then after that is KaiCon, which I'm not a guest at, but I'm helping. Um, I may help a friend of mine. I may help Sovereign Comics. We don't know yet. Um, then after that, after the end of June, I don't have anything going on until September. So I will be taking that time to kind of recuperate, but I'll also be working my butt off as usual. So I gotta work. I gotta make money some kind of way. I can't do it with just this like I want to, but
But I will say, since the last time, I do appreciate when you take those breaks from social media to focus on that, because I remember from the last time. So I'm proud of you as baby steps.
I don't. Also, I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be real. Um, yeah, and we got to get the Silver's Cosplayers Guild set up too. Um, see, so whenever we had that last scare from the clock app scare,
Yeah.
I was gonna post all my drafts again, but then I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna treat myself to a brand new phone. And that's what I did. And now,
Yeah.
all those drafts are gone.
Uh,
So, granted, how I can go into my old phone to get the drafts from said phone, I recently told my friends I don't want to post them. I did all that work, and I don't even want to post them. I just want to start fresh.
Yep.
And I just have not had the energy or time to as of late. So, um, we gonna make some content at MomoCon. That is a you hear that SJ? We are making content at MomoCon. I hope you know that. That goes for you, JoJo cosplays. We are making content because I need. I recently, if Coral Koi is still in here, I recently just chopped up a video for the mermaid thing that I did. So yeah, not you. If you say no, we doing the thing. I'm enforcing it. We doing the thing. I'm gonna make my time there worthwhile. Not JoJo. I'm
And that's and of course that's what we were gonna talk about. You know I was gonna talk about that. I wanna say congratulations on being a mermaid at the Tennessee Renaissance Festival. And how did you get the opportunity? And how did it feel to be a mermaid?
so my lovely, wonderful friend who was just in here, Coral Koi. I've known her for years. And she used to be the same cosplay group that I used to be in. And then she went from cosplay to mermaiding. So she does the whole you sitting pretty in a fountain and the Renaissance Festival and swimming as well. And she has been trying to get me in a tail for the longest time. And I'm like, I don't have one of my own. She's like, you can use one of mine. Give me a tail. So last year, I I get a message from her. Hey, what are you doing at in every weekend in May? What do you mean every weekend in May? She's like, what are you doing every weekend in May? I'm like, well, I have MomoCon at the end of the month. She's like, perfect. You're gonna be a mermaid at the Renaissance Festival. I'm sorry. What? She's, what part of I don't have a tail? Don't you understand? She's like, no, 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 don't worry about it. I got you. Okay, all right, bet, bet. So come January, she's like, okay, what character have you mapped up? I'm like, I need to know what the tail's gonna look like first off. And she's like, well, okay, well, send me your measurement. And I sent her my measurements, and turns out we're somewhat similar, somewhat. So she laid out this tail, and it's the one that you've been seeing. I don't know if I have my iPad on, so you can actually see. I don't know. Is it charged? No, it is not. It is this beautiful fire type, phoenix almost. It's black and orange and red and yellow, just all mixed together. It's beautiful. And I saw it and I'm like, oh, I got you. So I started doing research and I wanted it all to kind of flow down. So it all looks like I
Yeah.
am, uniform somewhat. So I got to looking and I found a shirt on Amazon. Lucky enough.
Yeah.
And of course I got the little waist wrap for separating the top half and the bottom half. Um and I already had the wig. The wig is right here.
Oh,
Which
yes, it's a pretty.
she's been through a lot this weekend. But I had that. And at first, it was just literally without the chain, it was just gonna be this. But I needed the jacket as that's done. So my lovely, wonderful cosplay sister Thyla store. She's like, well, what kind of jewelry do you have? And I'm like, okay, well, let's go to the jewelry. And I had this. She's like, oh no, no. Put this on top. Put it as a headpiece. I'm like, oh, that's cool. And then I had red jewelry. I had a red necklace. I did have a lot of red stuff. I had a red necklace. I had bangles. Even Coral Cord gave me some bangles to use. I had armbands. And it just all came together. And her name is Fia. It's spelled like fire, Fiyah, but Fia, like Phoenix. And she's from the Ember Isles, a little realm off the coast of Hawaii. She is a scavenger mermaid, and she has treasure hoards everywhere, and she locks them behind a key. And then she takes the keys and she collects them, and then she gives those keys to sailors who she deems fit to go find these treasures. All they have is a key to go by. That's it. It's up to them to go find the treasure. And during the performances, Captain Cordelia, which was Coral Core that was in here, um, that's how she introduced me. She said, yes, she gave me a key years ago. And 15 years later, I still can't find the treasure. And my report to her is, well, that just makes you less of a sailor then, doesn't it? I, I had never seen so many people in one sitting coming to see me. So the same response that I gave Fia, she's a little playful spirit, I took all the bass out of my voice. So it sounded a higher pitch and I sound like this. I took all the bass out of my voice. And the same interaction that I had for Fia, seeing all these people, is the one that was going on in my head, like, oh my God, there's a lot of people here. There's a lot of people here. There's a lot of people here. And the way that one of the handlers, aka a new friend, Mad Eye described it was 15 people deep. Yeah. So from the grotto where we were standing, and then the trees, there's like a pathway. That pathway was full of people coming to see the mermaid. It's a mermaid grotto, and it was around the grotto. So they were encircling it. And I'm just like, y'all came to see me? And I said that in my voice. Y'all really came to see me? It was wild. But I have some of the best stories. And now I have a bag full of trinkets. Oh. And each trinket, well, only like a several trinkets have a story, but there are certain ones that have a they really made my weekend. So, not NG is trying so hard to avoid the shenanigans in this chat, and am. I ain't sending you, Jay. I ain't doing it. Um, but again, this is just something else that I can add to my repertoire. I'm a mermaid. I'm accepted into the court of nymphs, is what we are in. So, yeah, it's been an experience.
I mean, not see anything else.
It is now. Here's the kicker. Here's the kicker. I'm a mermaid who can't swim.
I can't swim either. So
So, and my friend was like, if you learn how to swim, the whole Black Ariel's mermaid circuit, they looking for people. And I'm like, if only I were traumatized the kid. So, that. I'll say, I'm gonna tell you now, it's gonna be a curse on you. Don't do that. Don't do that, sis. Don't do that. I love you with every fiber of my being. That water doesn't look very sanitary, me.
I heard you was gonna opt that you're. Oh my god. And actually, I wanted to ask because you're also science.
Okay, that's how the chat was gonna go.
You're also an affiliate ambassador for Planet Blurred Tees. So I want to ask, how did you get into contact with them, and what makes you, keep working with them? Because I know you're very particular with the people that you work with, and that have to be like, community and positivity. So there has to be a very strong reason for that. So I wanted to ask you, your relationship with them and how it's been.
Well, it got started when I was a guest at Nashville Comic Con. I think it was the second year I was a guest for Nashville Comic Con. And my friend and I were sitting at my table, and I happened to walk by this booth and it said Planet Blair Tees. I'm like, wait a minute, how come I don't know about them? And my friend's like, I don't know, I've never heard of them either. I'm like, are they Nashville based? What is going on? So the next day, when they were all set up, I went over and I introduced myself and said, hi. I said, I've been looking for y'all. She's like, what? What are we doing? I'm like, no, 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 no. I just wanted to know who you were because one, I'm a blurred. Two, you were in the Nashville area. I need to know who you are so I can give you my business. And she's like, oh, okay. And by that time, I left with 3 shirts. I bought 3 shirts that day. And then
Nice.
we kept seeing each other at cons. And I'm like, hey, do you need a brand ambassador for your company? Because I would be more than happy to help you. And she's like, girl, yes. So we got to talking. She made us a deal. And yeah, now I'm a brand ambassador for Planet Blur Tees. Which she actually made these shirts for me. So
Nice.
I have a very, very, very limited supply of these for MomoCon.
Yeah.
She will be there at MomoCon to help me with my table and to sell some of her shirts as well. So come see us. You'll get a discount. So yeah, if you can use code Mutant Glue, you get 15% off of your order of Planet Blur Tees.
And and I also wanted to ask because you also delved into having your own merch, whether it's the cosplay photos that you have that you sell as well, and then you have like your actual merch. I wanted to ask, how has that process been for you? What are you still learning? What are you still trying to figure out? It's because you do so many things on top of that, so it's trying to balance it.
Well, I still have my shirts on Amazon. Like I set up a print store there, but I want to do more business with, of course, Planet Blur Tees because one, it's a black-owned business. I want to support all my people as much as I can. Two, we had her and I have a good relationship. She's an amazing person. If y'all don't know who Vanessa is from Planet Blur Tees, y'all need to go just meet her. She is amazing. She's incredible, and I love her. Her ideas are impeccable. I love her so much. But I want to branch out. Um, I don't
Yes.
think, well, no, cosplay photos are good, but the ones that I have are just 5x7s. Everybody's used to getting the 8x10s. I'm not made of that kind of money. I have a printer to do it, but again, I'm not made of that kind of money because the ink is expensive. And trying to go to Google Photos or Walmart or any of these other places to get prints done is hard because it's pricey. So I'm still working around where to get a good deal for prints, posters, that kind of a thing. Um, I, I'm still making some of my own merch, like the resin trinkets and things like that. Again,
Yeah.
like I still have Amazon for my shirts, but these are made by Planet Varieties. And then of course the comic, that is through Sovereign Comics, so I can just order more of those when I need to, if I can.
Yeah.
This one right here, that's going to be a collector's edition because I won't have any more of these. Um, but I'm just trying to explore all of my options because now I have ribbons. I have ribbon, and I can also make buttons. So I'm dabbling in everything that I can possibly think of that I can easily access. But with the way things have been going as of late, constantly, well, we'll see. We'll see.
And I wanted to ask, what are well, there's so much things you're doing, but you don't stop there. I already know this. So I'm gonna ask you, what are your long term and short term goals that you have as of now?
Right now, my long-term goal is to make this a full-time job. I want to continue doing things that make me happy. And doing these guest appearances, haunt acting, being a mermaid, all of this makes me incredibly happy. I want to make enough revenue to continue to do it. So that's where short-term goal. And what actually this is more of a long-term goal too. I want to make more of my cosplays as well. But the thing about it
Yeah.
is I don't have a lot of space to make them, so I buy most of my cosplays and then alter them. Which you're still valid, by the way. If anybody tells you different, they need to be slapped in the face with a brick several times. Just saying. That's elitist behavior. We don't tolerate that here. Um, short-term goals, just to take a break. Like an actual break where I'm not doing anything but relaxing and gaming. But with the way life is right now, it ain't gonna be for a hot minute. So I just have to take it day by day.
Yeah. It's all we can do is just day by day. It's
Any day I get, I'll just take and go on with it. Cause dear God. But I ain't even finished packing for MomoCon yet. And that's next week. I still have to pack up. Listen, my poor bestie, TK, bless her. She went and she rented a vehicle for us because I got more stuff to bring this year. She's treating me,
yeah.
treating her, and her husband's been great. This heifer gonna get tired of me. I know she's gonna get tired of me. I know she's going to get tired of me. I know I gotta get on that, SJ. I got your stuff, Pat. I got your stuff, Pat. Does that count? Now I'm still making costumes. Shh, top the chin, baby. Sweet side. I'm gonna need you. Oh Lord. But actually that's felt because I had started on a prop. I had gotten the head of the prop made and then realized, oh my God, it's too small. Oh, I did all that work and it's too small. Yeah, I'm like, you know what? I'm not even gonna finish this now. I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna go put it. I was so upset because it looked so good and it's too small.
Ah, I feel your pains.
I was crying internally because of it. I'm like, really? You had one job, just one, and you can't even get that right. Come on now, MG. It's been a struggle. It's been a struggle. It really has. But I have my class lineup, so we're good with that. Um, and we're ready. We're ready.
I'm excited for you. And I wanted to ask, how has this journey that you've been on in through your professional cosplay career when you started, how has it helped you as grow as a person?
There's two sides. Positive side. I've learned so much from people. I've learned people's behaviors. I've learned cons behaviors. I've learned through different experiences, how to deal with different situations. I've learned marketing, I've learned networking, I've learned new skills to add to my repertoire so I can become a better cosplayer. Negatives, I have lost so many people due to poor communication, envy, jealousy, just pure evilness. And it took one bad experience to make me see that and drop them. So,
Yeah.
oh, it's literally been a flip of the coin. I have good times, good experiences, bad experiences. And I'm thankful for all of them. I just didn't know it would come in drones the way that it has, like wave after wave after wave, and then a break, and then wave after wave after wave, and then another break. I'm gonna need for them breaks to be longer. So yeah, with like I said, with that being said, remember I told you I had the group community and coalition. I have decided to end that due to some drama. We'll just leave it at that. But it will be rebuilt and reformed into the Servers Cosplayer Guild. So
Okay. That makes sense. Yeah, I figured you'd explain that 'cause I didn't want to bring that up because I noticed that like so yeah, thanks for explaining.
yeah, yeah, I understand, I understand. But yeah, I didn't want to, but no matter how much you polish a turd, it's still a turd.
Yeah.
So no matter how many times you try to keep fixing your problem, it's still gonna pop up. So it's better just to. I hated to ruin the experience for everybody else, but
Yeah.
I can't keep doing it. I just can't. And it was a good way for people to branch out and network, but can't please them
Yeah.
all.
No, yeah, I get it.
So on and some overrate that was brought to my attention, it was becoming a bit too clicky. And I definitely don't want that. So
So,
yeah, it's better just to toss it, have it as an experience, and then keep pushing.
that's true. That's true. But it's gonna be fine. Everything will be good. So I
A
trust
lot of
that.
things to be taken off my shoulders, so I ain't gotta worry about too much. I just gotta keep the ducks in a row. That's it.
Yeah, makes sense. And the last question I'm gonna ask, because I always ask this question about supporting the blur community, and I want to ask, what have we done well so far to support each other, and what can we do better? Because there's always room for improvement.
This is strictly for my black folks.
Yep.
If you want to be about it, be about it. If you want to support black-owned businesses, support black-owned businesses. Don't be looking for a discount or a handout because we're not gonna give them to you. If you want to support us like you support Fenty. Support us like you support all these other companies. Give us the dough like you be giving them the dough. Don't expect handouts. We ain't about that life. No. Do better. You want to support your own? Go support your own. By yourself. Don't let us just telling you to go support your own. Take the initiative and go do it yourself. Be a part of a collaboration where we all support each other and then we all boost each other up. Don't be that one person. Well, they didn't support me. That's because you didn't support them. So what makes you think they're going to support you out of the goodness of their heart? No. Let's be real. People's hearts have gotten darker as of late, unfortunately, including mine. I am very selective with who I support and who I give my support to, which is a very good thing to be, but at the same time, in the profession that I'm in, not really. That's only because I'm protecting my peace. So, like I said, if you want to go and support black-owned businesses, go support black-owned businesses, but do not expect a handout or a discount. That's not what we're about. That's not how we rebuild the economy that is poorly declining as we speak.
Mm.
Because we gotta help each other out. Ain't nobody else gonna help us but each other.
Yep.
So, sorry, but you want to shut out that money. If I gotta do it, and I will gladly do it, then you need to do too. Just, just do better. Just do better. That's just seeing some messy stuff happening. I'm just like, y'all, that's not how we do things. Like, there are so many Black owned businesses and Black owned organizations that want to do things for Black people, but they don't walk the walk. They don't.
Yeah.
They say, oh, yeah, we stand on business, but don't actually stand on business. They sit around and wait for something to happen. And then, oh, yeah, we support that. We support that. We're all over that. Let me go put my brand on that. That's not how that works. Always have a plan. Put things in motion. Start talking to people to put things in motion. And then maybe, just maybe, it will grow into a community to where people actually want to help you. So, yeah, just overall do better. I'm sick of seeing what I'm seeing, honestly.
No, yeah, I definitely understand that. That's why I asked that question. 'Cause everybody has a different experience. Well, I love asking you that question because you're so honest about it. So I definitely it's even a better answer than the last time. I'm not gonna.
Over the past, it's been a year since we talked. Um, I've seen so many things from the Black community fail, and it's because they want to set all these things up and they want to have them ready to go, but they never actually go through with them. They just let them sit there and fester and not grow. And then the people that say they want to help, they don't help. They just let them sit there. They don't even check on them. Like, hey, are you doing good? Is there anything that can help you? What's going on? Like a group I was a part of, I left the group. They didn't even know I was gone. And it's like, and it was a small group, so it's not like, they didn't they didn't know a member was missing, but they just didn't even. They're like, hey, I noticed you left. What's going on? I didn't get any of that. So I'm like, okay, you weren't really interested in helping me at all. You were just another cloud chaser. Bet I got you. And that's another
Mm,
problem. It's cloud chasing.
yeah.
That literally leaves a bad taste in my mouth. Cause shut up, MG.
Yeah.
Shut up, MG. Um, just like I said, do better.
Oh, yeah. I get that. It's no snap. But no, but I definitely understand. And again, it was an honor and a pleasure to have you on again. And I hope you had a great time again.
I hope I do too. I hope I don't lose my head by the end of all this.
You'll be fine.
You sure? Are you sure? Because I don't know at this point. I really don't know at this point. So much on the plate right now, it's ridiculous. And I'm just like, breaks coming soon, break coming soon. You gonna go and do stupid stuff with your stupid friends? Come on now. Just get to that point. Get to that point.
Well, well, this is a disclaimer I gave a few months back. I think it was like when it comes to like my community, I'm not really in drama. I post my stuff and then I leave. I support the people. I support the people in the stream, in DMs. A lot of you guys have stories with me just supporting you in general. I don't do the negativity. It doesn't, it, it gets filtered out. I'm more so the person like if you bring it to me, it would be brought to DMs to communicate. Like I don't do it. So all I can say is don't bring it here and we won't have any problems. And so far, that's been good. I don't know if it's my energy, maybe it's just understood, but just
I will say
just
you are overall a joy to be around anyway. So, but yeah, you can't. I'm one of those people where if something is wrong and you tell me something is wrong, I am going to absorb that energy, and then you gonna feel better, but I'm gonna feel like crap afterwards. I too, I've gotten to the point where I cannot pour from an empty cup, so I've had to pull myself away from those situations. Be like, hey, it's not that I don't care. I just don't have the spoons to hear it. I don't have the mental capacity to deal with it. Just know I love you. I support you. You are in my thoughts and prayers, but I can't hear it. I can't deal with it because if I do, that's going to bring my energy down and it's going to put me in a place where I don't want to be. So if it's not positive, I don't want no parts of it.
yeah, it's the same for me. As what Cherry was saying is good. I'm also a Scorpio, so I pick and choose my. So that's all he gets to do.
I know a few Scorpios. One of them in the chat right now. I know a few of them. Trust me, I know. I get it. I'm Aries. So typically Aries want to blow up, but I can't do that in this setting. I can't. I can't. And I'm actually control that. I've had to learn to control that and not blow up. And it's been a struggle because there have been times where I've just wanted to just unleash every bit of Aries is in me, but I can't do it. So I get it.
Um, I'm gonna give you the time to plug in everywhere you want people to follow you, see what you're doing next, and all that.
Are you ready? Because you got your seatbelt on, right? Because this might be a bit. Okay, so I will be in MomoCon. If you're in MomoCon, please come by and see me at my table. I will have all of my merchandise at my table. Planet Blur Tees will also be at my table. So if you use code Mutant Glue, you will get 15% off of your order. She will have stuff for you to order, and then it will be shipped to your house. Make sure you're supporting the Stars Kickstarter for issue 2 because we got 3 days left. We need more funding. Come on, let's get us there. Let's get it there because I need to see my bestie on the cosplay variant. I need to see that. Okay. If you want to follow me, I am on the TikTok. I am on the Instagram. I am on the Blue Sky. I don't do the Book of Faces. There is a page for me there. I don't do the Book of Faces. I don't. Just don't try to even contact me there. You can try. I will get you the messenger, but I'm not. Don't even try that. Um, I am on Threads. I have Patreon. So this month you're getting oh God, I forget. I forgot what you're getting. Jesus. I know you have the spice set up. You have OC spice and you have OC plus spice that is set up. If you want special sets just to set them by themselves, DM me. I got you. Um, oh, I think that's it. You support Cyber Common, support Planet Blur T, support NG Cosplay, support SJ Cosplay, support all of the people. Um, yeah, I think that's it. That's it. OC plus Cynthia. You get a very special version of Cynthia. Mhm.
Again, I wanted to thank you guys. Always show out and show up, especially today. It was awesome. So I just wanted to thank you guys for that, and we'll have another show on Friday with Bucha D Creates, and also we may be putting out another open call for those that may want to be part of Anime Inkart Live Talks because we're gonna like try to have some spaces for like June and the rest of the months. I take breaks sometimes because it's a lot to act and then responses and everybody busy. So we'll have another open call if you're ever interested. The form is in the link in the bio. You can message me directly and I'll give you the link. Please do because that's usually how it happens. And for those that may not know what I do outside of these lives, this is like part of the mission statement to support those in the community. I have my brand Anime Ink Art where I draw I cosplay with the drawings. I have merch. Half of it is mine. Up here. So sometimes you'll see me wearing the merch as well. I've been getting back into things creatively. You're gonna see another cosplay collab. Shout out to Famicom Online for the Astria Legends collab. So that's coming out. We put a recap for all cosplays we've done for the year so far. So yeah, thank you guys so much for being on the journey with me. I really do appreciate it. And we'll be at Anime NJ plus plus to vend and then another show as well. And then whoever accepts us. So that's how it's gonna. Whoever accepts us, that's how it's gonna go. So during the broadcast channel, you get all that first. Make sure to check the Anime InkArt Live Talks clip page. I've been putting clips there as well. The full lives get saved here, and then now they're getting saved on YouTube. So you'll get all of that. I have a faster method, so therefore that's why you've been seeing more clips right now. So that's what's happening.
I had to ask you about your YouTube journey because I do have a YouTube, but I haven't used it yet. So
I'm definitely not an expert. I'll just do the best I can.
might have to hit you up about it. Just
Yeah, of course. Of course, we're gonna learn together because it's
yeah.
very new. It's very.
We need to learn together. Yes.
Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you on Friday. And I hope you have a good night.